So you've all heard from many speakers, there's this war for talent, right? Well, the war is intensifying. CEOs are optimistic about the future, but their number one concern, or at least 63% said they were very concerned about the lack of key skills in the workplace. Now, I'm sure there isn't anyone in this room who hasn't seen these headlines. You know, performance reviews suck, whether you're giving them or receiving them. And, you know, the death of the performance review is everywhere. The good news is I'm not here to talk about that. The bad news is there is no magic bullet. There's no easy button here. This is not a piece of cake. It's going to take a lot of hard work, but we can do it. And so we heard Rick talk about disengaged employees. That's cost $8 trillion over the last 17 years to see a 6% decrease in disengaged employees. So Gallup's been collecting data for 17 years. We've been spending $500 million every year on engagement programs, so something's not working. The previous slide talked about millennials and why do we need to think about doing things different. Millennials, by the 2025, just 7 years from now, will be 57% of the workforce. And this is something we need to remember. It's 89%. Our entire workforce wants feedback monthly. So now is the time for action. We need to get rid of that 100-year tradition of the crazy performance review and do things differently and do them in a way that our workforce is looking for our leaders to act. Now, it would be really great if every interaction that you had with your employees looked like this, that everything was fun and roses and everybody's having fun and engaged. The truth is, only 21% of employees surveyed said that their performance review motivated them to do outstanding work. So I'm here to talk about this new talent machine that allows us to attract high performers, to retain high performers, and promote high performers. The truth is that if you do the last two, you don't have to do the first one. Now, coaching culture is the solution that I'm here to talk about. Now, why coaching culture? Well, this survey said that those companies with a coaching culture financially outperformed those who did not by 13%. Not a bad number. How do I define a coaching culture? Well, that is where the predominant style of managing and working together is all about collaboration, trust, personal intention, and choice. And these are the common basis for conversations. A coaching culture, therefore, supports growth and advancement. That's what we all want. That's what our employees want. Helps everyone achieve their goals and builds in regular feedback from the top down. Now, keep that in mind because I'll come back to that in a second. So everything starts with a conversation. And if you look at this model, listening, asking questions, giving feedback, everybody gets it. Yeah, we do that. Well, you know what? There's a study of 15,000 leaders, and 41% did this well. So there's a disconnect. The other thing that's really important is that empathy leads to financial reward. So leaders who can ask questions, listen, respond empathetically are actually contributing to the profits of the organization, increased revenue. So if you incorporate these conversations in everything and interaction between leader and employee, teams, managers, you begin to see these values emerge: collaboration, trust, and development. Now, Peter Drucker said this 35 plus years ago. Do I need to provide any more evidence? You know, culture eats strategy for breakfast. So the important thing about this is that with a coaching culture, you retain and promote high performers faster, better, and it allows you to not have to attract, not have to spend money. I think someone had said it's $17,000 to replace an employee. I think sometimes it's 4 or 5 times that. Now, this is the top-down model. I mean, how many of you have been through a program where you learned leadership skills, but your boss never used them on you? Is that true? Well, I think that's part of the reason why a lot of engagement initiatives don't work. Now, besides being a high cholesterol breakfast here, This is the business fable, the chicken and the pig. And you know how that goes. The chicken contributed. You know, the pig was committed. So my question for you is be the pig, be committed, and not just be involved.